Breeze has now been officially introduced to power. It's been a long time coming, right? I mean, it's been, what, 11 years? People have been throwing out every theory, every possible idea of who this character could be. Unique, Ronnie, all of these people, right? Now we find out that obviously Shamik Moore is going to be playing that role. And I honestly think it was a great casting. Now, I said in one of my previous videos that the introduction of Breeze kind of felt underwhelming to me, and it wasn't because of anything that like the writers or the producers did. I just felt like they gassed up this character for so long and so heavily that there was really a lot of anticipation, and our expectations for this character are going to be super high regardless of what they did. So when I seen Shamik Moore pop up, I was like, yeah, he's probably going to be Breeze. Obviously, he introduced himself as Breeze. Now we know. This is really intriguing now because the way that they introduced his character was actually really smart, because they introduced him using Snaps and Pop. And obviously Snaps and Pop are his aunt and uncle. Snaps and Pop are the ones who've been pretty much destroying Kanan's organization from the outside looking in. It creates this really strange dynamic between Kanan and Breeze, because once Kanan finds out what Snaps and Pop have been doing, well, he's going to want to kill them. And that creates a huge conflict with Breeze. But ultimately, I think that Kanan and Breeze will end up just smoking Snaps and Pop. Probably take out Unique first. I feel like Kanan and Breeze are just they're gonna wipe the whole fucking map. They're gonna wipe the whole board. And Breeze is only gonna be there to kind of push Kanan away from the Thomas family further and further and further. Eventually, he's just not gonna rock with them no more. And I think that's where this conflict with Jukebox is also gonna come in as well. And I think it'll be the perfect setup for Power Origins, them to introduce Ghost and Tommy. I do think they'll probably introduce Ghost and Tommy sometime at the end of Raising Kanan season 5, and we'll be up to Origins. Now, when it comes to Ghost and Tommy involved in this whole Breeze storyline, I think it's very interesting to kind of closely pay attention to this, because will they stay true to some of the storylines we heard in the original Power, as far as, you know, Breeze raising Ghost, Tommy, and Kanan, working with them, and then eventually Ghost. And I don't know if Tommy was involved in the kill. They kind of usually talk about Ghost more, but that's going to be very interesting to see how that works. Also, when is Breeze going to die, and how long are they going to kind of drag out this storyline, right? Because I think them involving Breeze in the show towards the end of season 4 kind of sets the precedent for the fact that they're going to move on to Power Origins after season 5. We know that season 5 is the last season of Raising Kanan, right? So obviously after that, we expect to get Power Origins probably like a year and a half afterwards. So that's going to be really interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see how Ghost and Tommy interact with Breeze. I'm curious to see how Kanan interacts with Breeze moving forward, especially when he finds out that Snaps and Pop actually had to kill on Crystal and Famous and just been ruining his life. And I'm just really intrigued to see how Ghost and Tommy move business-wise when it comes to Breeze, when it comes to Kanan, you know, how they all work together and what their relationship dynamic is. We know that we're all super close, but how long what is it that Ghost did, or what is it that Breeze did that forced Ghost to just really be like, yo, I'm gonna take you out and take over the game? And I feel like if they can hit all those major points, we're gonna have an all-time great series.